Adam Robinson Yu, the creator of A Short Hike, is up to something. I know it. This is a tale of secrets and mysteries, but if you stick with me, we just might be able to uncover them together. After A Short Hike launched in 2019, Adam has been keeping himself busy between releasing the game on different platforms, adding new content, and running an annual virtual pumpkin carving contest. I'm left wondering, what's next? Well, I might actually be able to answer that for you. Although nothing has been announced or officially confirmed, Adam has actually shared a lot about one of his projects known as an Untitled Paper RPG. But I'm guessing a lot of people have never even heard of this one because all the imagery we've seen came out before A Short Hike gained so much popularity. So I'm going to be diving into some of Adam's older work and making a little timeline to help bring you up to speed on what we can expect from him next. An Untitled Paper RPG first came into the world on March 26th, 2016, when Adam took part in a game jam with some friends. He then began posting snippets of the game pretty regularly, and we were given a look into different environments, dialogue, and eventually combat. If he still is working on this one, as I'm suspecting he is, I absolutely cannot wait to see what it looks like now and all the new features that have been in development. And I do have my reasons to suspect that he is still working on the game. Exhibit A, his Twitter and YouTube banners. You'd think that someone who created a game that was released on every major platform and has a 99% positive rating on Steam would maybe use that game for their banners. So maybe this evidence wouldn't hold up in a court of law, but I have a few other tricks up my sleeves that we'll get to later. But before I dive more into this mysterious game and go through all the footage and screenshots we have, I want to present you with an unnecessarily in-depth history of Adam's work and show you how A Short Hike and his other projects fit into all of this. If you just want to hear about the potential new game, then you can skip ahead to this part. Now let me take you back to November 2018. Everything seemed like it was going full steam ahead for this adorable paper RPG. On November 11th, Adam's game was shown at the annual Day of the Devs Indie Game Showcase, alongside some fantastic titles like Gris, Cardo, Noita, Untitled Goose Game, Tunic, Frog Detective. I could go on. A pretty great lineup though. Then, on November 19th, Adam posted this tweet with the caption, "This area is based on a street I used to live on. I've got a whole bunch of city levels I want to build that are inspired by Toronto, but I've got to focus on other things for now." This was then followed by a post made 2 weeks later, and it's the last update we've ever gotten on the project. It was posted on November 29th, 2018 at 3:49 p.m. Even though it's been 4 years, I don't think Adam has given up on this one. He's put so much love and work into it. My hunch is that he just needed a break. Maybe he realized he'd need a bigger team or more skills because the project just had too large a scope for him to create at that point in time. So he switched gears and went on to create A Short Hike. Just 1 month after that last tweet, Adam showed us a first glimpse of A Short Hike. This was posted on December 10th, and the game would go on to be released less than a year later on July 30th, 2019. This is what he said about it. "I've been working on a new side project these last few days. It's been really fun and refreshing to build something new." But things didn't end there for the much-loved indie title. A Short Hike was then released on Switch in 2020 alongside the boating update. And then a year later, in November 2021, it was finally made available for Xbox and PlayStation, and there were a few achievements added too. But this isn't the only project Adam had been working on. He took part in another game jam last September and released Spooky House, which is available to play on itch.io for free. He's also been busy this past month or so with Ghost Town's 1001st Annual Pumpkin Festival. For those of you who may not know, this is an annual event that has been hosted by Adam since 2020. Mayor Bones has issued an invitation for players around the world to stop by and carve their own pumpkins, which will be displayed for the entire town to see. Last year, the event ran until November 7th, so there may still be some time left for you to add your own creation, depending on when I post this video. Links for everything I've mentioned will be in the description. So, to summarize that little history lesson, Adam has been keeping himself busy with all sorts of projects involving game development. And with this year's Pumpkin Festival about to come to an end, I can't help but wonder when we'll hear from him next and what he'll have to show us. I said I was gonna go more into the details of this mysterious and unnamed game, and I just so happened to have Adam here with me, live in the studio, to speak on the subject.
I'm Adam Robinson Yu. I'm from Toronto, Canada, and I'm working on an Untitled Paper RPG.
Okay, I'm sorry if I got your hopes up. This footage comes from a video posted on YouTube back in 2018 from Stugan, which is a games accelerator program based in Sweden. Basically, teams go to this cute cottage in the woods to do what they love most: make video games. If that doesn't perfectly fit with the vibe of a short hike and this Untitled game, then I don't know what does. In fact, Adam even said that being in this environment, surrounded by other like-minded people, has been a great experience for him since he usually works by himself. So, everything we know about this project. It's an adventure RPG where you'll explore an overworld, talk to characters, solve simple puzzles, and fight enemies. Running into an enemy or directly attacking them will transition you into a sort of battle mode, where you'll engage in turn-based combat and rhythm challenges. This is to make combat more engaging and put less focus on waiting for each enemy to attack and more focus on having fun. You can also recruit all the enemies you face to build up your party by impressing them with your moves or feeding them their favorite food. Here we see an example of the leveling up system with health, stamina, or defense perks to choose from. Adam cites Paper Mario and Pokemon type games as a huge source of inspiration for his project, which is pretty clear from looking at the art style and combat. But the game also shares a lot of similarities with A Short Hike. This image in particular, with the cabin in the woods, the telescope, and the way that the rocks, platforms, and paths are all on different levels, feels like a version of Hawk Peak from an alternate dimension. One of the first things Adam does when creating a level is focusing on the lighting and color schemes to create an atmospheric look, and I think he's accomplished that pretty nicely so far. So where does this all put us? Well, in the interview, Adam said that he wanted to keep working on finishing the first chapter of the game and see how things go from there. He also says, "It'd be nice to find someone I can share this project with or can hire to help work with me." And this makes me believe that he put this one aside in order to create A Short Hike. And now that his first major release is finished, I think we may be hearing from Adam soon. And now, as a bonus for sticking around, my favorite piece of A Short Hike fan art. I still haven't played Death Stranding yet, but I would absolutely buy it right now if it looked like this. So thank you everyone for joining me on this mysterious adventure. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about Adam's next game after it's officially announced, consider subscribing to the channel and check these out in the meantime.